I do. I do.
So let's get rocking.
Let's roll.
I think we had some good exposure.
Should we?
I know. That's what I was trying to
Should
get
I wear
Helen.
my
I
hat
was like,
too?
yeah.
You know,
I almost commented.
They
They didn't comment.
No
they were
comments.
just watching.
They're
I
creepy.
almost commented on it to be like,
I
but
would
there's
love to
no
have a
way for there
question.
to be
Yeah.
a Q&A and me like say it.
Yeah.
Like, how was I gonna pull that off?
Okay.
We
Well,
look so
people look
trendy.
What do you say?
I said we look so trendy. You
So-
got your like hat
Is
on.
there a
Yeah.
reason this here?
I was. Oh, someone's calling.
Okay, so this is part 2 of the sales.
Right, so yeah, when you come back, be like, hey, welcome back to part 2, you know, where we left off last week. Kind of just introduce everybody like you obviously would.
Ladies, quick selfie. Michael,
Quick selfie for the gram.
hold please. Gotta fix the hair.
Yay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here.
You guys are so much fun.
So Sarah,
I'm so
Nesters is
excited.
coming to dinner.
Oh yeah,
next
I forgot
Monday?
to tell you.
Oh, yeah.
She
Oh.
just confirmed via email that she
That's
will be
great.
there.
What did I tell you about the project I'm hooking her up with? The $1
Really?
million
Yeah.
renovation.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not fucking kidding you. All right, let's do this.
Hey, by
Sales
the way,
queen.
Sales queen. Why don't you hook me up with anything? Like all I do is give,
I
give,
got
give,
you.
and nothing
I
in
got
return.
you. I got you. Jeez.
You getting me side work too?
I got you. I have to have a
Michael's
plan.
got everyone.
I have to plan for this
Right.
now.
Hey, Michael, you look kind of hot with your backwards
Thanks.
hat on.
I love you.
Okay.
I'm saying.
And I kind of have a sweatshirt on too, just so you know.
I'm just no, but you look kind of
Keep
like
that energy
hottie.
going. Part 2.
yeah,
Remember
falling
to-
buildings.
to go
planes,
back over that?
Small children got it.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to 614 Fempreneur, Columbus's #1 female entrepreneur show.
Number 1, baby.
#1, baby. Guess what else is #1? The Sales Queen Playbook.
Oh,
Did you know that?
Well, I just want to say, Michael, welcome to 614 Fempreneur, and the Sales Queen Playbook is #1, but we are on part 2 of our series
I know, I love it.
with Nellie Corriveau, the Sales Queen. It's Jennifer Kessel-White here, JKW, your favorite real estate agent. And you know what? I just love seeing women succeed. And today we have a very successful, amazing, giving boss babe in the house.
We do, and we've got to jump into this because we run out of time on this topic.
All the
Because
time.
it's amazing. And we are
We
talking
could talk for hours.
We are talking about Nellie's framework, MVP.
Yep.
M is for motivation, V is for vision, P is a 2-parter, plan and people.
Wow, you just said P, 2-parter, plan, and people.
You like that?
And you didn't mess it up.
Thank you.
Neither did I.
We covered motivation, vision, and we started to dig into plan on last week's episode. If you want to catch that, you can check out the 614 Fempreneur YouTube page. You can see the whole thing and make sure that you are in tune with what you need to do to kick your sales off. But let's jump right into this. Should we continue on with plan?
Absolutely.
Okay. Give us an overview of what that means.
Yes, so like we talked about in the previous episode, every single day you're going to create a plan for your sales. So this is not everything else of our life that is demanding. I like to say that we're always going to have demands on our life.
Yes.
But it's up to us to say, where's our time going? Just like your money. Where is my money going? And so we've got to have a plan so that way we feel like we're successful at the end of the day. And what I like about the point system is no matter if you had a sale that day, because, I mean, you guys are in probably, what's your sales cycle normally? Like, what's the turnaround?
30 days.
30 days.
Yeah.
So it can be frustrating if you're
not getting paid. If you don't make
Exactly.
it today, you got nothing for 30 days.
Exactly.
boy,
And so
yes.
you're hitting the ground running every single day. Like, the same is true about coaching. Like, I can't expect someone to find me today and sign up.
Yes.
Like, that's just not how it works. And so the great thing about the plan with the points is that at the end of every single day, we can truly measure how much effort we were creating that day, no matter if we had sales or not. And I like to say that whatever we do right now is going to positively impact the next 90 days and even beyond.
Yeah, because I was reading this quote the other day and it said, I'm going to mess it up, but you'll get the idea. The seed you plant today doesn't create the fruit you eat tomorrow.
Yes. I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the fruit you eat. I mean, I don't know. How long does it take to grow fruit?
I have no idea. We'll have to Google that.
About 90 days?
But it's also, you've got to be in it for the long game. However, we
Yes.
are instant gratification people. That's just the world we live in. And so if we know that about ourselves, but we know that the long game is important. That's really what the framework is all about. And the points is that we're going to merge the two together. We're going to get the instant gratification with the points, but then we know we're going to be in the long, we have our vision and we're motivated, so we're going to be in it for the long game. So that way when the sales do come in, like, how do you guys feel when you get that sale and you've been working your butts off? How do you feel?
So happy. I got one yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Did you celebrate? Did you do like a little happy dance?
Actually, you know, I kind of did.
Wait, did you do a happy dance?
I did a
can't-
little.
can't
I
picture
did a
it.
little.
I wanted to see
But
it.
you know, it's a $20,000 job that we'll do in a week, and you know that's a good sized job for us. And I really honestly, when I put my quote in, I was like, I'm not sure that I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a Debbie Downer. I was like, I'm probably not going to get it. But also, you know what? I'm kind of at the point now where I'm like, if I don't get it, it's okay, because I've got my plan in place, right? I'm doing things. Things are going to happen even if this doesn't work out. But we got the job, and I did a little happy dance.
Yay!
Aw.
They get to be celebrated, big and small.
They do.
Yes, I wish I want a happy dance with you. We're gonna do that after the show. We're all three gonna do a happy
Okay,
dance.
let's do it.
Okay, so the other thing, you hit it the nail on the head when you talked about this being a long game, but your plan is set up where you get the instant gratification daily because you get to actually see what you've accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so important, and I think it's hard to come up with a system where you track your progress. Like, one thing as a business owner, especially in my business, is I've had to create everything from the ground up, right? Every process, every sales strategy, the way we order materials, the way we function on a job, like every little thing I seriously have had to create, and that is very, very hard.
Yes.
So when you have something like this plan that you're offering, you can follow this plan. You've already put the work in, you've created it.
Yep, I got
and
you.
now I can literally open this book and I can see, okay, here's my plan for the day. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and at the end of the day, I get to see how well I've done.
That's great.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you scribbling all over it. Like, this
That's
should
up
be
for
messy.
success.
Like,
Yeah.
it should be, like, I always write my thoughts, my ideas. Like, I write the people that I've acknowledged, or the people, like, do you guys, like, I think money coming in and think it coming out. And so when people have a sale, I literally, like, think, like, the universe. Like, thank you.
Out loud?
Yeah, like, it sounds kind of woo-woo, but you get such an amazing, like, positive emotional connection to it.
Yeah.
And what's not as easy is when money's going out, right?
So tell me about that. Thank you. What is that like?
It's not as easy, but I liked, so when we made a huge investment last year, it was scary, and I was like writing the check, and it was a lot of money, and I was like, I am so excited to do this.
Yes.
This is going to be so good. And guess what? It has been so good.
Oh my gosh.
I
So
love
good.
that.
I
And
love it.
I'll tell you what, there is something to do to that. Like, I don't do it out loud, but maybe I'll try it from this point forward. But even like when I write checks weekly for my painters, you know, I mean, I'm writing a lot of money in checks each week, and sometimes I stand back and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? And you know, it does make your heart kind of skip a few beats.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think I'm going to out loud start thanking the universe
And put a
for
little
allowing.
put a little
to
post-it
happen.
note on theirs. Like, thank you so much for being, acknowledged. That
Yeah,
could be one
no.
of the love bombs.
There
Wow,
you go.
that's good,
That
Nellie.
stuff
like
is
that.
free. It's so easy to do, but it's so easy not to do as well. And so going back to the people part of this, which we haven't dug into yet, so we've got the plan. The plan is every single day you're tracking your points, all related around sales activities. And so that way the goal is that you're constantly increasing your points. Last month I had a gal that actually won the competition, and she had over 1,000 points, just so you guys are aware.
For 1 month?
For 1 month,
Well,
1,000
wow.
points.
maybe if someone didn't hear the first show, we should catch them up to let them know that we are going to start a competition, Michael and I. And when
They've got their books, they're ready to
when
go.
I stepped out of the room, I did hear you trying to bribe my hype man, Helen, to help you. And so I'm going to keep a very close eye on this whole situation.
Well, I
There
did
will
not
be no
read
cheating in Nellie's sales
any.
queen.
I did not read any rules in here that say you
There are
cannot
no rules.
poach your friend's hype man. It doesn't say that in here.
Okay.
So
I'll have to
game
add
on.
that into the next
Yeah, that's
version.
going to get printed in. Okay, so we are in a competition to see who is going to be the most successful at sales. We're going to have to talk about our, Nellie
How we're
can
gonna
intervene
measure
here.
this
She's going to help us.
The
but-
points will be perfect with that because you guys have different sales cycles.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can absolutely, that's what I love about this, is that you can control how much you're showing up on social media, how many love bombs you're doing.
How many videos do you think Michael's going to do? Because, Michael, how many videos have you put in social media
Well, the
so
truth
far?
is, I'm doing one right now on my Facebook Live, so this counts as a point. See, you thought I was just going to sit over here
So
and
that's
not.
2 points. A video
Okay,
is 2 points.
look,
So you
I've already started.
You need to write in there.
This is your first video.
This is my first Facebook Live ever, and I'm doing it because of this challenge.
Oh, see? That's a good testimonial.
Oh, my gosh.
But that's the thing I love about this is every single day it's instant
So
feedback. It's kind of like if you were not to check your bank account for a whole month,
Yes.
you can kind of have an idea
Yeah.
or you can kind of not. And then you get in there and you're like,
You're like, oh my God.
What did I do?
oh my goodness, we had too many Starbucks, we went to, Target too many times or whatever it may be. It's feedback after the fact. And so
Yes.
the goal with this is that it is within that 24 hours, it's instant feedback so that way you can do better the next day.
So let me ask you this. So I love the daily tracking, but then how do you suggest someone track their overall sales? Like, do you have a suggestion on that? I don't know if there's something in here for this, but like at the end of 30 days, or then you get to 60, you get to 90 days, what kind of format should people use to track their sales?
Yeah, so I have an
Like
overall spreadsheet
Okay.
that I'll give you, and that way you can track it. Tracks your points, but then it also has a column for your sales. And the goal with this is that we can somewhat see, if you're doing more points, is it translating to more
Right.
sales? Or maybe you did like a huge sprint of videos for a week, like
and
and
then
see
sales.
like did the sales, so you can really get
You
some
can see the
feedback of like
correlation.
what your audience is really eating up that you're giving out. And so I've noticed this even with like ads, when I'm running ads for the Real Women Conference and I stop them, ticket sales kind of go stagnant because it's not in their feed, it's not visible.
Yeah.
And so visibility is everything, and the more visible we can be, the better. And so the plan is really wrapped around that every single day. And so let's go to people.
Yes.
I want to make sure we have enough time for people. People are everything. Like, would you guys agree? Like, the people that you're around personally and professionally it's a make or break.
Absolutely.
I agree.
100%.
Especially when you have a team. The team, I mean, as a business owner, a lot of what I do really is for my team, right? It's not even for me. Obviously, when I do things for the team, that translates into a better business, better things that ultimately affect me. It's kind of like
Dedicated employees.
yeah. and you kind of, it goes back to vision, right? And you need to communicate the vision to your people, because then you all know what you're working towards, right? It's a group effort, it's a team effort. I put a lot of posts on Facebook about, I always love the phrase teamwork makes the dream work, and you'll see pictures of my painters as a group or doing some sort of training. But that's what you're talking about, right? Are the people and how you treat them and how you communicate your vision to them and all that great stuff.
So when you go back to like, I'm not even a huge sports fan, but I think sports are really something like easy, and where MVP makes sense too. So if you think about a winning team, right? Like, think about your favorite team, and when they're winning, doesn't that feel good? Like, everyone wants to be on a winning team.
Yes.
There's boost in food sales and drink sales. There's a boost in merchandise sales. The energy is up. Like, there's just so much positive, happy energy being on the winning team. And the only way you can be on the winning team is if you are the MVP of that team. Now, there can be multiple MVPs, but it starts and ends with you, ultimately, because we can't control anyone else. So
And you get to pick who's around you in your life too,
Yes.
which is super important. I've been in situations before where the people surrounding me have made me negative. And I'm
Yes.
not a negative person. I'm super happy. I love life. And I'm like, wait, why am I suddenly like this? And it's the people. So you get to choose who's around you and what kind of life that you're going to have. And
Totally.
that's part of it. People is everything.
Absolutely. And from a professional aspect, if you feel like your team isn't in alignment, meaning like they're not motivated, they're not willing to be motivated, they don't see the vision, then it's an easy, I don't think you're on the right team. Like, it's an easy call out when we can really start to dig into this. And also you can check in with yourself, like, am I showing up and being the best version of myself? Because that, just how it's been
100%.
impacting you, it also impacts your team. And so it doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Everyone has their bad days. But
Totally.
I think,
But I'll tell you what, it is not easy leading a team.
no.
And sometimes I think we talk about things in a way that make it seem like running a business is so easy. It's not.
It's so hard.
Developing a strong team and being a good leader, I mean, that takes a lot of learning.
And failing.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You have
And
to make
vulnerability.
mistakes. You make a
all
lot
the
of
time,
mistakes.
right? Every day. Story of my life.
But I think why they want to be on your team is because you're willing to do all of those things. You're willing to be
Totally.
the best MVP that you possibly can be for them.
And I think it comes back to what we started talking about in the very beginning of motivation, right? When your team sees your motivation, your desire, your really desire to do good in the world, I think that makes a huge difference, right? So when you feel like you're working for someone, and at least for me, when I've worked for people or companies who I know that they're doing good, that is a different angle. That's a different approach on your day-to-day activity, right? When you show up, to maybe go show a house, or you have one of your other, team members showing a house, it might be something they don't want to do that day, but when they can show up and know that your business is doing good for people, that is the motivation that trickles down to the levels underneath, right?
It's powerful.
It is.
So how do you guys feel like, because it's not easy to do, so what does keep you guys going?
That's a great question. For me, it's the end goal, right? So I just see there's days where you're just not on point, or you're going to wake up and say, like, man, that sounds good. And I don't really have much going on today. I can totally make it happen, but you're not going to, right? You just don't, because the motivation comes from, which you spoke about earlier, but it comes from what it is at the end of the day, which is, I want my family to be safe and secure. I want to make sure that their needs are met. I want to make sure that I'm hitting my personal goals, and they're much bigger than anything I'm at right now, and they're going to only get bigger than that. So I have to keep going in order to make sure that I can be successful in what I want to see, because that's the only way that I get to feel proud and move forward, right? So it's all about, like, you want to do this big thing in 3 years from now. In 10 years from now, you want to live X, Y, Z, or whatever the case may be. So I know what mine are, but so I know that if I sit home or don't move or don't try to obtain sales,
Right.
I'm not going to hit them. And that's a failure for myself. So
It's going to take you longer.
Yeah. It's like, what do you want? You're only going to disappoint yourself.
Totally. The big thing that I'm focused on now is creating a strong team, because I've talked about before about this foundation that I'm trying to create to grow off of, right, to get to where I ultimately want to go. And a huge piece of that, when you start to have a team under you, is the team and the leadership you can provide. And I would tell you, years ago when I worked for a big company, I worked for a company that I was in a leadership position, and I, at the time, did not realize how beneficial this experience was. But this company I worked for was very intent on creating good leaders. And it really sparked this interest in me at the time, and really kind of developed a passion for leadership. Well, fast forward years later, I have a business now, and now I'm in a position where I do need to be a leader, right? Because I've got people working under me. I finally have different layers within my business, so I don't have to do every single task. I've got a project manager in place. I've got painters underneath him, but that requires me to be a strong leader and be a good communicator and be able to communicate my vision and keep them motivated. And it's not easy, right? But one way, I read books. I'm going to a John Maxwell conference this Friday, and those I do whatever I can to learn more, right? And then I talk to people like you that can help me develop. I could take a plan like this and give it to the Sales Queen book, and give it to my project manager who does a portion of the sales. So I think it's pretty. This framework you have here is pretty awesome, because all three of us have different businesses, right? And we can apply this to what we're doing. And I love the fact that you've got the people included in the plan.
So they're everything.
They are.
We cannot there's no way us three and anyone listening can do anything that you want without other people.
Yeah, and the other thing is that this people category doesn't just apply to say that your team, because some people don't have a team yet, right? You're just getting started, you don't have a team, and that people can also, I think, relate. I don't know if this was your intention, but that people category should also be relating to your customers, your clients, the relationship you're building with them, right?
Everyone.
Because without them, you probably don't have a business.
Right, you have no sales.
So
Everyone.
I love Ryan Serhant. He is on $1 Million Listing, and he's a real estate agent in New York City. So yesterday we're watching an interview with him and Gary Vee. Go ahead, get goosebumps, everybody. You know me and Gary Vee, like my man. Love him. So, and Ryan says, okay, the two most important thing you need in sales, and he was talking geared towards real estate, but I think this can go for anything. And he's like, number one, meet 5 new people every day. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you do it. Go meet 5 new people every day. And he's like, I guarantee you, you will be successful. Number 2 is you can't do it alone. And he's like, even if you're starting out, find other people that are doing it and doing it successful, and take them out to coffee and just say, hey, can I pick your brain? Can I follow you for a day? Can I follow you for a week? I'll sit in your car. I will drive you. I'll do whatever. But follow them. See what someone successful that you want to be like, or you obtain to see their success and want some of that. They'll totally be like, yeah, man, that's kind of cool. You can drive me around and watch me during my day. Watch what they do. Those two things, put them together, and you will have success.
That's so
right?
good. You've got to be courageous enough to do those things.
Right?
So those are
That's where
totally
it comes from.
not comfortable.
If you're courageous enough, if you have enough courage to start your own business, you have to have enough courage to do those things, because starting your own business is one of the riskiest things in all time. I always say this nonstop. The reason why we have this show, and I explain it to people, I mean, I talk about 614 Fempreneur and real estate to almost anybody I meet. I love to go get lunch and sit at the bar by myself and talk to everybody that will come in, you know?
That sounds like you. Totally. I love it.
Okay, so what does someone like me do that is not going to do that?
That's good too.
So
Good
give
question.
me some tips. Now, I must say, like, I have found things to do that fit me, right? But there are people out there, just like me, that are scared to talk to people. Okay, now listen, I've gotten better as I've gotten older, but I'm not going to go to the bar and talk to the whole bar.
And that's okay.
Well,
So
and
tell
by
me
the way, I'm
something.
saying like lunch. I'm not saying like we're taking shots.
Right.
We're just sitting down and having lunch,
I've
and
seen
I'm
you
talking
do
to
shots at lunch.
I have not.
But what is someone a little more reserved? Because listen, it sounds super scary to contact someone and say, hey, can I follow you around? Can I learn from you?
What about a phone call to interview them? Just ask them some questions.
That's good. So maybe a phone call. What else could somebody do?
So you have to go to your networking events where these people are going to be, right? So for me in real estate, I would go to events that I know are, education or seminars that are based around that. And then you find these people, send an email. That's one of my mentors. I sent an email, and it was really simple and easy. And they responded. But by the way, your subject line has to be killer.
Yes.
Otherwise, they're not even opening it.
I like that.
But they don't even, I find that a lot of people unfortunately don't have a lot of courage to do these type of things, so they're actually not getting asked a lot.
Yeah.
So if you have enough courage to like ask that person to coffee or lunch or send them that email, they're not getting a ton of that stuff unless they're like super Gary Vee level.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like local people.
That's true.
Yeah,
Has anybody ever asked you?
Very little, and I like.
And I
here's
think
the
you'd
thing.
be honored, wouldn't you?
Oh my
I
gosh,
would too.
because
Yeah.
people have been there for me, and this is the cool thing that I've done in speaking gigs. I give out my email and say, in 30 days, I want you to email me your progress. Do you know how many people do?
0?
1, 2,
Yeah.
maybe 3.
Why?
Out of a room full of hundreds of people. It's accountability.
And you know what?
It's-
Most people who have seen some success, whatever that means to you, want to teach. They want to help, right?
Yeah, think about how good you would feel, Michael, if somebody reached out to you and said, I'm just starting, hi, my name is Jane. I'm just starting my own painting business. I see that you're super successful. Is it
Or
okay if
not
I
even
take you out
painting.
to lunch?
I
It
think
doesn't-
I can teach anybody how to make $1 million.
Well, baby.
Yes, mic drop.
That is mic drop.
Here's
That
what
is mic drop. I
here-
love
no,
that.
so you
That
teach
needs
me.
to be a whole episode.
Yes,
Yeah.
but here's what I want. Look at Helen's over there raising her hand.
Yeah.
But here, I'm gonna
Watch me
I'm
with
gonna
my
give an
head
open
here.
invitation because you just talked about networking, which is super important. I'm part of a networking group. It's an AM Spirit group, and we meet in Grove City every Wednesday morning. And we need people. We need a photographer in there to give referrals to.
Ooh,
We need
I
an
have somebody.
accountant.
Oh, I have somebody.
And listen, and what it is, it's literally like a sales team that you come and meet with each week.
My business partner's there.
Your business partner's there, and it's if you're someone that's a little scared to just make the phone call or reach out to someone you don't really know, this is invitation, and we will put a link on here about the group. But if somebody has a business and you want to promote it, and you want other people in a room that you meet with each week to find you sales, then I need you to contact me, because we're desperate. I'll list a whole bunch of categories we need to get referrals to.
Okay.
What a great opportunity that is.
Totally.
You know, and it's networking, right? So for the more introverted, if you will, or if someone's scared, think about the value you're giving to someone in return.
And it helps you break out of that shell. Like, I love the group because I do have to get up and talk, each week. And if you're a little scared to do that, it creates a nice, friendly environment for you to get some experience doing that.
I like that it's weekly. That's what I've always liked about that
and
group.
It's serious. Like,
yeah.
It's a 7:30 meeting, and you got to come and you got to be there and you got to show up. But the reward is amazing. You make the contacts. It's how I met Frank. Because you know Frank.
Yep.
Talk about buddy lunch real quick.
Buddy lunch.
Yeah.
So in this group, one thing we do is each month you have an assigned buddy that you have to go to lunch with.
Love it.
Okay? So you go to the meeting each week, but then you have an assignment with another person in the group. You guys have to go to lunch, go get a drink, coffee, whatever you want to do, but it's an opportunity to get to know that person on a different level. And the idea is that when you get to know somebody like that and you trust them, you see all the great things they're doing, you want to refer them.
You want to help them.
You want to refer them, right? So Lauren from the LKW home team is in the group, and she's representing.
She met with her buddy, and he gave me a speaking engagement this week.
Okay. So yes.
And that's one of my ultimate goals, is to become a speaker. Just give it to me. Give me a room of 1,000 people, because I can talk forever.
So networking is super important. It's totally linked into this people part of your framework.
Exactly. And here's the thing, if you don't like groups, do one-on-one. If that even scares you in person, like being like, eyeball to eyeball with somebody, be on the phone, like meet yourself where you're at, but just do something. Like, we can meet 5 people even through Facebook. You can go to your friends list and search, who do I not really know, and just ask them a cool question. Again, we're not like trying to sell them after that,
right?
But just a cool question to get the conversation going. There are, going back to the 7 degrees of people, like, we are so, like, even Columbus is so well connected, and so that so person knows, like, I always love to look at, like, if you look at one person, they have a team of people behind them in their network that we don't even know yet, and that's, like, be excited about it.
And here's what I believe, is that when you stretch yourself, no matter what it is, if it's getting up on a stage, hosting a fashion show that you've never done.
Ooh, that's what Michael's
we'll get
doing.
to that in a minute. But when you do that, that's what helps build confidence. It's one more step in the right direction that allows you to see something else you've accomplished. And when you start accomplishing things, then you get to see the world through a different lens, right? You get to say, wow, look what all I've done. There's nothing I can't do. It builds the confidence and helps you. That's exactly what's happening.
I love that word too.
Like
stacking.
Stacking. Yeah, you have all of this evidence of what you can do.
Exactly.
Things you never thought you'd
do. It scared.
Yeah. Which is why you have to do more and more and more. Right?
Yep. The year of yes.
Ooh.
Nellie's got the magic.
She's got all.
Nellie's got the magic.
And
it's
all
fun
these
to say
great
yes,
sayings.
because when we say yes, we're gonna commit, because we're gonna be our word, and we're gonna do it scared, and we're gonna feel so great. Like, after this show, I'm sure, like, maybe we have like some butterflies every now and then, but after the show, I'm sure you guys always feel so great. Like, you just gotta like attack it head on.
So, Nellie, tell us about the conference you have coming up.
Yes, so the conference is so close, and we are so excited. It is Saturday, November 2nd, the Real Women Conference, and it's here in Columbus, Ohio. Tickets are selling out, so grab those tickets at therealwomenconference.com, and we will see you there. It's an all-day event, 40 speakers, which both of you guys are going to be on stage.
I'm so happy and excited to be there.
The women, like, I like to say that one woman on stage is going to say something that's going to land with you, that's going to change your life.
Yeah.
And you're not going to expect it. Like, that's my expectation
Yes,
for you.
that's amazing. How do someone get in touch with you for the Sales Queen?
Yes, so we have sales sprints happening every single month, and you can go to thesalesqueenplaybook.com, and if you have any questions or if you want to grab a free coaching call with me, just find me on Instagram or Facebook.
JKW,
So,
talk to us. How do we get in touch with our favorite realtor?
you know what? I would love it if you reached out to me at Welcome Home 614. You know I love me some Instagram, Michael. So
You
always,
do.
hit me up on Instagram, Facebook at Welcome Home 614, and please now, guess what? 614 Fempreneur has their own Instagram.
It does.
Ooh.
And we've got a YouTube station, so it's actually a channel, isn't it?
It's a YouTube channel. We just launched our first actual podcast. So the radio show is now podcast. It's going to be available on Apple and Spotify. We're doing big things.
We are.
Watch out, world.
Awesome.
Nellie, you know what? I appreciate you. I feel like we could just have you on here 18 more times.
Please.
At least.
I'll come back anytime. Thank you guys so much for everything that you're
Yeah.
doing for Columbus.
You're amazing.
Awesome.
I
Thank
love you guys. We're at that stage.
All right, Miss
Oh,
Sales Queen,
Hey, by
thanks
the
for
way,
joining us.
get ready for our competition. We're going to keep everyone super
We'll
posted.
report back about our challenge and all the points that Michael racks up. Thanks for joining us today on 614 Fempreneur.
Thank you.
So that's 2 points right there, right?
2 points.
You sucker.
Every story,
Are
though.
we starting
You
today?
do stories,
or tomorrow?
yeah. I say start today. No time like the present.
Oh my gosh, let's start today. Are you ready?
Well, I'm going to create a plan right here. See, plan.
So you're gonna commit to your goals.
Okay, these are goals
That was
for.
So
on
this is
Fempreneur.
actually
Put it on the Fempreneur page.
That's cool.
so you're gonna
Still count.
do your vision here that we talked about. So you're gonna do your vision here, and this doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can just be like, when do you want to be a speaker, or